Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Wolf. I'm the programming coordinator for the Osterville Village Library. Thank you so much for joining us today. And to our friends joining us on Zoom, thank you so much for being here as well. Today, we have Anke Rudy, the vegucator, with us here today to do a plant-based potluck. And before we talk about the potluck, she has some slides that she would like to share, as well as some exciting information and possibly France. I will let Anke tell you all about that. But this potluck and small presentation of slides is just to cap an amazing year that we've had with Anke. And her program has grown in popularity, and we are so honored that she continues to work with the Osterville Village Library on the power of plants and plant-based nutrition and how good it is for all. So without further ado, I give you Anke Rudy, the vegucator.
Thank you so much. I'm wearing my avocado earrings today. And actually a new addition is my pomegranate pendant. Anyway, more about that later. So hello, everybody, and welcome to everyone on Zoom. So we have a very, very, very brief it's not really a presentation, just a few slides, just for the benefit of people on Zoom who sadly can't be here to try all the food, which smells amazing. So thank you to the audience who brought food. And yes, I will be talking a little bit later about some developments, shall we say, some things to be looking forward to in the new year. So well, everyone here at the library has been to my talks before, but I will just quickly introduce myself. So my name is Anke. I went plant-based in 2020 after seeing a very powerful documentary called The Game Changers. And I went plant-based overnight. And then since then, I've just been diving deeper and deeper into the whole plant-based universe and watching more documentaries and reading lots of books. And there are plenty of books in the back there for you to browse. Plenty of great resources, and many of those are available at the library in Clamsnet. But I also took some certificates. I took the eCornell Plant-Based Nutrition Certificate, which is through the institution set up by T. Colin Campbell, famously known, is famous for his book, The China Study, and his son continues with his work as well. And then very recently, I completed an 8-week training course. It's called Food for Life, and it's run through PCRM, which will be familiar to people who have watched some of those documentaries. It's the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine down in DC, which was founded 40 years ago by Dr. Neil Barnard, another one of the leading lights of the whole plant-based movement. And so that course, I'm now a licensed Food for Life instructor, and I'll be talking more about that after I've shown you my little slides. But basically, there are 20 different courses that I will be licensed to teach, everything from diabetes through cancer, breast cancer, just a general Kickstart Your Health program. And I will be picking a few of those programs to teach at the library. And we actually have the first class scheduled for January 17th, for those of you who want to do that sort of January kickstart, and just as we all do every year, just kind of get back on track after the holidays. So there will be a class here on January 17th in this room down in the makerspace from 12 till 2. And you'll find out more about that on the library website and through some other channels, which I'll talk about at the end. So I wasn't really sure what to talk about today because I had to keep it short. So I thought, well, I'll just tell people what I made for the women's club meeting that we had yesterday. Well, it was kind of a social meeting, and it was appetizers and mocktails. And I talked a little bit about this already at the last talk, which was called Healthy Through the Holidays. Hi, Jean. So I've sort of covered the appetizers and the mocktails, but I thought I would just highlight the ones that I brought to the gathering yesterday. All right, let's see if the technology gods are on my side. Yeah, no, I'm hitting the arrow, I promise you. Amy has to rescue me every time. Really? Yeah, maybe the curse is in the wrong place. There it is. Thank you. Uh-oh. Can we hide me? Okay, that's good. Okay, so some people know that I love chickpeas, and I make a lot of recipes with chickpeas, including my warm dish for today for the potluck. But chickpeas are just fantastic. It's a legume, tons of protein, lovely plant-based protein without the saturated fat and cholesterol. And they're just very versatile. You can actually even make I mean, everyone knows about hummus, but you can make a chocolate hummus with chickpeas because they're quite neutral and bland. You can throw all sorts of flavors at them. One of the reasons I like them. So I made this. It's sometimes referred to as kind of a fake tuna salad because that's sort of the flavor direction that we're going in. And there are many different ways you can make it. So I just sort of smashed some chickpeas, and instead of a veggie mayo, I just used a plant-based yogurt because I don't love the veggie mayo. I don't like that eggy flavor. So I had some cashew yogurt in my fridge. So I just threw in a few spoons of cashew yogurt just to bind it. And then I also added ginger and garlic and some pickles because I happen to like the flavor of pickles. You could also throw in celery if you wanted a bit more of a crunch, and then lots of spices, lemon juice, and you can really improvise this. You know, there are tons of recipes online. If you just Google chickpea fake tuna salad, or you look it up on Forks Over Knives or wherever, there's lots of different recipes out there, and you can just adapt it to however you like it. And then I just served it on some whole wheat crackers. Sadly, my favorite seed crackers have been discontinued at Trader Joe's, but I am told that they are very easy to make, so I'll be experimenting with those in the new year. But yeah, so I just put a dollop of the chickpea sort of mash on the crackers and just put a little dill on top just to make it look cute, and then a little sprinkle of sumac because I like it to look nice, and sumac has a great flavor as well. So that was what I brought. Unfortunately, the chili container that I used, the lid was a little loose, and they turned out a little spicier than I planned, but I warned people, and it's good for your metabolism. Anyway, and then so this again, I just Googled, a chickpea salad, and this was what popped up. You don't have to use red onion, but as we know, red onions are great because the darker the food, the more the antioxidants. Lemon juice, you can use lime juice. This recipe used a tahini instead of a yogurt. Does anyone remember what tahini is made of?
Sesame seeds.
Correct. So it's just 100% sesame seeds, and it does look a little oily when you open the lid because the oil sort of comes to the top. You can just mix it in, or you can pour it off, or it's completely natural. So big fan of chickpeas, hummus, crackers. So this is sort of what it looks like when you make it up, and it's actually great as a sandwich filling as well, and you can put avocado and tomatoes and cucumber and some nice hearty whole wheat bread. It's a great lunch. So I think that's what my husband's having for lunch today. Yes. Few days. What do you think, Jean? 2 or 3 days?
A week. Oh, a week.
Oh, up to a week. Well, because it doesn't have dairy or anything in it, so yeah, I mean, it wouldn't last a week in my refrigerator, but it would probably keep for several days. Yeah. Yeah. And especially
avocado into it, or you just serving it with because when you add avocado,
yeah, I would just slice some avocado over if I was making it in a sandwich.
it just
No, so the green in there is celery, I think, and lots of dill. You could use parsley if you don't like dill. So again, there's lots of different ways to substitute, the things that you like. So it's very versatile and it's very satisfying. Put some pepper. I put chili in mine, and lots of lemon and lime juice. Okay, and then for a mocktail, I actually bought the spiced apple cider from Trader Joe's, and I added some cranberries and some ginger and a little bit of seltzer, and just to kind of jazz it up. So that was just like a little treat. But there are a million mocktail recipes on Pinterest. You just type in festive Christmas mocktail, and a million will come up. There's some with berries, and they look very attractive. And other people could add a splash of vodka. I don't. I just like to drink my mocktails as mocktails, but they're fun, and you can garnish them, and you can berries and citrus and herbs, all good stuff. And I think that is all I have for slides today, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in the new year. So I mentioned this Food for Life program that I just completed. So I will be teaching that as a kind of a sample, kind of a starter. Thank you, Jean. So yeah, so this is kind of rolling out. So I've been very busy kind of setting up a new Instagram account, and well, at first I had to get a logo and a name. So it's called Anke's Veggieverse. So the idea is that it's kind of like the whole universe of fruits and vegetables, and very all-encompassing. And I actually have a QR code at the back for my Facebook account and my Instagram account, whichever you prefer. So I'll try and have the same content on both. But so I used to have a private group, for my friends who wanted to follow my whole food activities, because, you know, some people find it tedious to see pictures of people's dinner on their Facebook feed. So I just had a little private group, and now I've set up a public space, you know, where anyone can just find me and follow. And I'll just be doing little cooking demos at home, and I'll share, you know, the classes that are happening here. And I'm working on the website, so that's where you will register for classes. So until I have that up and running, you can just register through the library. So for the class on January 17th, Amy will publicize that, and you will just register through the library. I'm going to do that class complimentary as a kind of teaser tester class. Going forward, I will be charging a nominal fee for the Food for Life classes, because they do require a lot of preparation and a lot of food shopping, and you will get to eat the food that we make. So you'll get a 3-course, you know, meal basically. I mean, not full size, but you'll sample 3 different recipes after every class. So there is some, it's quite labor intensive and costly to sort of run those programs. But I'll definitely do the first one, which can be a standalone class, but it's actually part of a 6-part series. So if there's interest to keep going with that, I will continue. So the Food for Life program is quite extensive. And if you were here earlier, I was talking about it. There are 20 different courses. And this is I'm going to do the Kickstart Your Health class in January. And it's very detailed, you know, tons of content. And as I said, 3 different recipes per class. So the 3 recipes for this first class are going to be a green monster smoothie, which Jean will approve of, braised kale, just different, you know, a way to show you how to enjoy kale if you don't like eating it raw, and a quick black bean chili. So those are going to be the 3 recipes. And the way the class works, you know, I welcome everyone, give a quick intro. Then you will watch a video by usually Dr. Barnard does those himself. So those are pre-recorded. I show you the video. There's going to be a little quiz after the video just to make sure everyone was paying attention and learning, you know, because it's education. And then I will demonstrate, and we'll kind of chat, and I'll answer any questions. And then at the end of the class, or when you get home, there's a little survey to take, which is how PCRM just kind of gets feedback on how the class went and whether people enjoyed it, what could be improved, and all of that. So that's happening in January 17th. And in the meantime, I welcome you to follow me on Facebook or Instagram. There's a website coming. But yeah, I'm very excited just to kind of keep going on my journey and just have more and more people take an interest and try and, you know, improve their health outcomes and long life and vitality.
Very quickly.
Yes.
Your Facebook isn't up and running yet? So
Yes, it is. No, Facebook and Instagram are both up and running, and I have the QR codes at the back. You can just hold your camera over them and it takes you directly
where QR code for that? Oh.
on the table in the back. There's 2 big QR codes. You can just kind of hover if you just put your camera on and just hover it over those QR codes, it will give you a link, and it will take you directly to my Facebook and Instagram accounts. Thank you to my daughter in Canada who just whipped those up in 5 minutes while I was busy making food. I'll just tell you a little bit about what I brought today, and then you can tell me what you brought. So I have made a Thai red curry with chickpeas and sweet potato. I did not print the recipe, but I will get the recipe to you. The video, I made a quick video while I was cooking it. So if you go to my Facebook or Instagram, you'll see how I made it. I don't measure, as Jean knows. I find recipes in books and online, and then I sort of just from memory, just remake them if I've made them enough times. And then the amounts are always a little different every time. I sort of just do it to taste. But I know there are people who like detailed recipes. So I need to check about, you know, sharing people's recipes and copyright and all of those things. So I just sort of improvise for the time being before I've looked into which recipes can be shared. I mean, everything's available online. Yes.
I need my kids here too to help me with it. So I know how to get on Facebook or Instagram. I've never followed anybody. So once you download your QR code,
Yeah.
that's your site.
Well,
And
it's
then
my,
you have
yes.
your site.
So I don't have a website yet. So if you click the link, it takes you to my Facebook page.
Right.
And then I think you just have to hit follow. And then you will see everything that I post should show up on your Facebook feed. You don't have to like, yeah, and then so
Facebook and
If you're on Facebook, whoever you are following,
I'm not following any.
oh, you don't follow anybody. Okay, so you're probably just getting advertisements. So if you start following like your daughter or your son,
Follow.
but you hit
One
follow or like, it's usually follow or like, and then whatever content I post on my Facebook will show up in your Facebook feed.
One face,
Yeah,
but it'll just show up.
it'll just show up. Yeah, yeah. And then the website, you have to make the effort to actually go to the website, but I'll have a link on my Facebook. It'll say, here's the link to my website. And you just click it. If it's blue, it'll be a live link and you just hit it and it will take you to the website. But for now, I'll really be using the website just to kind of schedule just for classes. And I might have some resources listed and some pictures and things. It's not going to be a super extensive website, but I'll have all my cooking demos and things on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, and anything else fun that's going on. Sometimes I do like a Trader Joe's haul and I talk about my ingredients, and I talk about what I'm going to cook. There might be a sort of a pantry refresh in the new year, things to have in your pantry. So, it's very new, it's just starting. So it's going to be evolving. And then if people say, oh, can you do a little talk about this, or could you show us how you make this? Then I'll just see what the general mood is and I'll just do whatever people.
Do you find a lot of things in Trader Joe's versus Whole Foods?
I mean, I'm a big Trader Joe's fan. I just know that store inside out, and sadly they do discontinue some of my favorite things, but I think the prices are great. I just like the general atmosphere and attitude in that shop. I mean, I will go to Whole Food now that Trader Joe's have discontinued their feta cheese. They had a vegan feta cheese. Sometimes I like to use that occasionally in recipes. So I will go to Whole Foods because they have certain brands that aren't available at Trader Joe's. But I like the produce. I think they have such high turnover, the one in Hyannis. I just feel like the produce is usually, I've had mostly good experience. But I will go to Whole Foods for some more specific things, things that I can't find there. And I go to Shaw's on my way home sometimes. I find great things. I mean, like dates, you can find them everywhere. Now BJ's have really good produce as well, and good prices on, I buy big boxes of dates at BJ's, huge bags of kale, and I get through a lot of produce. So
you do organic?
no, I mean, I try to primarily get organic if I can, but not for everything. I mean, it's not like you don't need to be getting organic bananas. Some foods, there's something called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean, you can look it up. So yes, I'll try and get those foods organic if I can, but the ones, that come in a shell, if I'm not eating the encasement, as it were, then not so much. But yeah, if you can, then I would say yes. But not essential. And what else? BJ's, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. Yeah, I might try and do a little Trader Joe's shopping video. I'll go in one morning when it's quiet and I'll do a little scan of some of my favorite products, but they do tend to discontinue things like the date syrup. They've discontinued, but that's easy to make at home, but it's just convenient sometimes to grab these things from the shelves. But plenty of places to find good ingredients, lots of nice plants and fiber. All right, so yeah, so I've made the Thai red curry, and I've also brought some cilantro and lime wedges and some brown rice to serve the curry over some brown rice. And what did everyone else make? I don't know if we'll hear it up here, but I'll repeat it. What did you bring?
I brought a cranberry orange relish.
Beautiful.
It's just cranberries, or you cut up an orange. I had some limes.
Mm.
I'll throw the limes in, all in a blender.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of sugar just to take the tartness, and just blend it up. That's it.
Okay, beautiful. So we have a cranberry relish with lime and oranges. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And then what we have a kind of, I think I see edamame in a dish over there.
Made an edamame salad with corn and red peppers.
Nice edamame salad with corn and red peppers. And then I see something that looks like a brownie.
A date nut brownie.
Date
Just
nut.
with moha dates, walnuts, and cocoa.
Okay, great. Date and nut brownies, delicious.